try that again. Hello and welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm teacher Oakley. And for the next hour, we're going to continue our little mini-series at this time here on Verbling, at this time slot. Today we're going to continue learning vocabulary about crime. And today we will focus on serious crime. Okay, so we're going to be very serious. No, not really, but we're going to talk about serious crime. We will do that through a mixture of exercises, fill in the blank, mix and match, and so forth, and discussion as we talk about these serious crimes. Hello, Heidi.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. Sorry, I was a little late. The fact is, my last class we were talking about food, and I get carried away talking about food. Can't help it. Just can't help myself. Just can't help myself. I apologize to you and to anyone else about the lateness of the class. Last class went a little late. Okay, we're going to talk about violent crime, these crimes that make the newspapers. All right? So these are words that you would most likely see in newspapers. Serious crimes or violent crimes. Those are basically synonyms. Let me quickly welcome Monica before we get started. Hello, Monica.
Hello, Oakley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much.
Good. Glad to hear it. Okay. Well, this is a kind of a sick and twisted lesson, but here we go. We're gonna start off doing an exercise in which you are gonna match the violent crime with the description. Well, basically we're defining it by telling a story. Okay, Heidi, number one. Go ahead and read it and tell me what is the crime.
The body of a man was discovered at 10:30 a.m. by a man walking a dog in the park. Murder.
This was murder because a body, when we say a body in English, we're talking about a dead guy. Okay. Very true. Okay. Monica, story number two.
3 people were killed and more than 20 injured in an explosion this morning. The bomb went off without warning in a busy shopping center.
All right. What is the crime?
This is terrorism.
This is terrorism. As the noun, the person who does it is a terrorist. Yeah. Sadly, something we read about more and more in the news. Okay. Heidi, number three.
The man, armed with a knife and a hand grenade, forced the pilot of the 737 to fly to Madrid, where 6 elderly passengers were allowed off. Hijacking.
That's a hijacking. That's a strange story right there. 6 elderly passengers were allowed off. Okay, that's a little odd. I will add that we usually, in English, we usually say 737, 747.
In Japan we call it the 737, no, 717.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. In most countries, that's what it is. It's like 737, 747. But English speakers usually say 747, like that. Okay. Monica, next one.
The 20-year-old woman was dragged into bushes and attacked at knife point.
Knife point. At knife point.
At 9, this is a really difficult word. 9 point.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a rape.
I think it probably is. They thankfully don't go into detail, but that's what it sounds like to me. Okay. Heidi, number 5.
The young boy was snatched on his way to school this morning. 3 hours later, his family received a ransom demand for £100,000.
Indeed.
Kidnapping.
That is a kidnapping. Okay, and the people who do the crime are kidnappers.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm thinking about it,
Oakley,
yes.
I have a question. It's not so clear for me the difference between kidnapping and hijacking. They're similar.
Right. They are similar. You're absolutely right. Okay, kidnapping is generally one person, although it could be more than one person. The person is taken away. Hijacking specifically has to be some kind of vehicle. Whether that vehicle is an airplane, which usually it is, you could hijack a bus. In fact, that happened here in the Philippines a couple of years ago. You could hijack. I suppose you could hijack a train, but I don't know how you can. You can't get very far on a train. You're kind of stuck on the tracks. So
it's a little difficult, yeah.
Kind of. Well, I guess only an idiot would hijack a train.
Maybe.
I'm taking this train to Iraq. How could you do that? What? Are you crazy? Okay. Anyway. Sorry, but in any case, usually it's those things. Now, we also have another word, carjacking, which is relatively new. It really didn't exist maybe 20 years ago. That's where you forcefully remove a person from their car as they are driving, like at a stoplight, and steal their car. That's called a carjacking. So you don't actually, you may or may not, in a carjacking, you may take the person with you or not. If you take the person with you, they would call that a kidnapping, actually. And if you just take the car and you push the other person out, they call it carjacking. A hijacking of a plane or a bus or something, you really are kidnapping a lot of people. You're doing both. So a hijacking is a kidnapping, but a kidnapping is not necessarily a hijacking, if you understand.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Oakley.
Sure. And Monica, number 6.
2 youths came up behind 73-year-old Arthur Potter, knocked him to the ground, and ran off with his wallet and watch.
Okay.
This is mugging.
This is a mugging. Okay, and just to be clear, the perpetrators, that's a person who does a crime, is in more formal language, that's perpetrator. Perpetrator, okay, how do you spell that? That's a more formal word. Policemen often, you'll see in movies or TV shows, the perp. The policemen will use slang. The perp. The 2 perps were arrested immediately following the crime. Okay, the perps for these different crimes. Let me mention this. Terrorism. The person who does it or the perpetrator is a terrorist. Kidnapping, a kidnapper. Rape, rapist. Mugging, mugger. Hijacking, hijacker, and murder, murderer. All right, so some of them have different suffixes or endings to talk about the people.
Gang rape and normal rape, how different?
Say again?
Gang rape. Recently.
Oh, Yeah.
Some newspaper said gang rapes.
Yeah, that's right. That's when a group, well, usually, now rape can, I don't know how, but supposedly it can be committed by a woman, but rape is generally, as you know, committed by men. Gang rape is when it's more than one man, two or more. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, that's it. Okay, criminals. All right, well, we just talked about this actually. The name for the criminals. Okay, armed robbery. Well, let's just look at the ones we haven't looked at yet. So, actually, Heidi, what is an armed robbery? Which we would say an armed robbery.
Someone break into some house having some arms,
Arms meaning weapons.
weapon.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, stealing something. While stealing it, you have a weapon armed. Now, it's a little different. Mugger, you're basically attacking a person, but armed robbery, you're attacking somebody in a building, some type of building. It could be armed robbery of a person in his house, or it could be a jewelry store or bank or McDonald's or whatever. Okay. Monica, what is arson?
Mm, Arson is a fire.
All right. Well,
Cause the arson is a fire. What want to cause damage?
yeah, when somebody deliberately starts a fire,
Yeah.
not accidentally. I mean, there are lots of accidental fires, but when somebody on purpose or deliberately starts a fire, that's arson, and the person who does that is called what?
Um. Uh, uh, um. Is this similar word?
Yes,
Some arsoner or arsonist?
arsonist, right? Good guess. Either ER
Ah!
or IST. Yeah, arsonist. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And Heidi, what is blackmail? Mm-hmm.
To threaten someone. The purpose is almost to get money.
Yeah, usually to get money. Doesn't have to be though, but
For example, someone have some secret of you,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and I'll blackmail you. Oh, if you you didn't give me some money, I would spread around your rumor.
Right. You'll maybe release pictures of somebody, maybe often to do with sex, like having an affair or something like that. Or maybe you did something wrong and they have evidence you did something wrong. Right. So they blackmail you. Right.
Okay.
And yeah.
One question: the people who use this, who the blackmail, always is using the mail.
No.
Threat another people using the mail.
No, not at all. Good question. No, not at all. A blackmailer he has to tell you. First of all, a blackmailer is not going to tell you who he is. All right. If I'm blackmailing you, I would never say, "Hey, this is Oakley, and I know your secret."
Yeah.
Because then you could just, kill me and problem solved.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do that. But I do need to communicate with you that I know your secret. So it doesn't have to be through the mail. It could be, or it could be a note slipped under your door or on your car windshield. It could be an email. It could be any possible way of communicating with you. It could be anything, really. A note left on your desk at work, an anonymous note. it doesn't have to be via. Doesn't have to be using the mail.
Okay.
All right.
It's a coincidence to use the word mail in this kind of crime. Yeah.
Yeah, probably it's probably common to use the mail, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay.
Right. And the person who does this crime, of course, is a blackmailer. All right. We talked about hijacking, kidnapping, mugging, murder, rape. Monica, how about smuggling? What is smuggling?
Smuggling. It's difficult to explain, but maybe someone who who take products, try to introduce products in the country, without paying the taxes.
Okay. So, really, there's kind of two sorts of smuggling. You may smuggle something into the country just because you want to avoid tariffs or taxes. But it could be something that is completely legal to have in that country. You just don't want to pay. That's right. And then, of course, you could smuggle in things that are illegal, such as guns or drugs, or, I don't know, rhinoceros horn or elephant ivory. All right, these are illegal things you could smuggle. You smuggle out of a country, smuggle into a country. For example, elephant ivory, elephant tusk. They have to smuggle it out of Africa, then they have to smuggle it into China, for example.
Okay.
All right, and so the person who does that is called, of course, Monica. You know,
Smuggler.
smuggler. Sure, that's it.
But when you talk about a drug, this is not. You use this word when talks about the drugs, or you use another word.
Well, we would define it a little closer, so we'd probably say a drug smuggler.
Drug
Okay.
smuggler?
Drug smuggler. He's a drug smuggler.
Okay.
He's involved in drug smuggling.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, and here's some other descriptions. All right, and some of these we just talked about, so that we'll go through this quickly. Heidi, number one.
Police believe the fire which destroyed the factory last night was started deliberately. Arson.
Arson. Now, yes, clearly this is arson. If this person set the fire because they own the factory and they want to collect the insurance money.
Yeah, it happened many times.
Yeah, it does. And anyway, this is both arson and fraud because they're trying to defraud the insurance company. They're trying to cheat the insurance company out of the insurance payment. Right, so really that could be two things. Okay, Monica, number two.
Customs seized 2 kilos of heroin hidden in a secret compartment in Miss Henley's suitcase.
Okay, so there you go.
This is smuggling.
This is smuggling or drug smuggling.
Drug smuggling, yeah.
It's also, I don't know why, but it's also called trafficking. This terminology is becoming more and more common. It used to always be smuggler, but now they say traffickers. He's a trafficker. Drug trafficking or trafficking. What do they say? Human trafficking. A human trafficker for like slavery. traffics human beings. He's a human trafficker. Okay. Heidi, number 3.
3 men with three men with shotguns held up a security van in East London this afternoon. Terrorism. No
Well,
terrorism. Armed robbery.
yeah, that's armed robbery. Okay. They've got guns. Generally, armed robbers have guns. Pretty much. Okay. That's it. Monica, number 4.
The woman threatened to send Mr. Baxter's wife the photographs unless he paid her 2,000 sterling pounds.
2,000 pounds, yeah. Okay, this word is threatened.
Threatened.
Okay, very good. And
little difficult.
yeah, you got it. Okay, and the crime is?
Blackmail.
Blackmail, definitely blackmail. Okay. Okay, Heidi, number 5.
The woman threatened to send Mr. Baxter.
Number 5.
Mr. Gray was stopped by police on his way home from the pub and found to be 3 times over the legal limit. Drinking driver or something I found. Driving.
Okay, which sounds weird to me because I'm an American. We say drunk driving.
But it's British.
Yeah, this is British. Drunk driving. He is drunk. As an adjective, so it makes sense to me to say drunk driving.
It's heavy crime in America.
Yeah, more than it used to be. Yes, no, I know in Japan it's very...
Even though the driver didn't have any accent, only drinking. How about that?
Yeah, well...
Heavy crime?
Yeah. Okay, first of all, it's United States, so the laws are different in every state. The penalties are definitely different, but they run pretty much along the same lines, and those lines are: first offense, you're probably going to have a heavy fine, maybe $1,000. Depends on how much money, how rich you are. Probably a heavy fine. You will lose your license for 3 to 6 months, depending on what state you're in. And you'll probably, no doubt, have to undergo counseling. You'll have to go to some kind of therapist to talk to you about drinking and driving or alcohol abuse or whatever. That's the first offense. Second offense, you're going to lose your license for probably a year. If anybody was hurt or there's damages, you could go to jail. But if nobody's hurt, probably lose your license for 1 year. Definitely more counseling, more fines. And the third time, it becomes a felony. So this means you can't leave the country, you can't use your passport. This means that you're going to go to jail for a minimum of 1 year. You're going to lose your license for life, forever. So they're almost a little lenient for the first offense, but they're very strict for the last offense. For the third offense. Yeah. I've heard in Japan it's very strict. Is that true?
Before it was not so much, but once drunk driver got accident to hit other car, and on the bridge, then the front of that car fell down from the bridge, and 2 children and 1 adult died in the river.
Oh my gosh!
And after that, the government decided to crime very heavy. Then they started to get a fine, $3,000 a person in the car. all drivers' responsibility. For example, 4 members in the car, all drunk. So if the driver was caught, he need to pay four times and $3,000.
Wow. My gosh. Oh, wow. Okay. Do they have to go to jail?
Yeah. Depends on the accident.
Okay, I see. Interesting. Okay. It's interesting. Here, it didn't. In America, this was a movement that happened in the 80s because it didn't used to be that serious. And then there was a movement by an organization called Mothers Against Drunk Driving. And they changed the laws in the country. Basically, this was a grassroots movement of citizens. The government didn't do it. Citizens did it. They made the laws much, much, much more strict. Okay, last one here, Monica.
No, in Colombia it's strict too.
Is it?
Relative, yeah. The drunk driver, yeah. Depends on the grade of the alcohol too. And the accident you can cause, yeah, you can lose your license. You have to pay penalties, and you can go to the jail.
Yeah.
But it's better. The people are taking less alcohol.
Yeah, or not, at least not driving. Okay.
Yeah, it's better.
Mm-hmm.
They cause a lot of accident.
I agree.
Okay. Mr. Beckett admits using both his father's and mother's credit cards and forging his father's signature on several checks.
What's Mr. Baker doing? Bad boy.
Yeah, this is a fraud.
This is fraud. Fraud comes in many, many, many colors, many, many types of fraud. Basically, it's about cheating to try to earn money. It's if I sell you something and I say, okay, if I sell you a smartphone, Monica, and I tell you this is the best smartphone in the world, and it's only going to cost you $10,000. You give me $10,000, and I give you the smartphone, and it's empty inside. It's just the outside cover.
Yeah, this is a fraud too. Yeah.
This is a fraud too. So fraud can be you're actually selling a product, or any way you're cheating money from someone else in any way that you do it. Okay. All right. Great. Now we're gonna mix and match some verbs and nouns, some collocations that you guys might have heard in movies or on police detective shows. All right, words that go together very commonly, talking about police work and crimes. Heidi, number one.
Interview. An inquiry, investigation. No.
Who do you interview?
Each verb with a noun to write, right?
Right. So these on the left are verbs.
To witness.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, the verb goes with the object noun. You interview witnesses or police. Yeah, that's it. Now you got it. Police interview the witnesses, of course. Witnesses to any crime scene have to be interviewed or questioned by the police. Whatever. They say they interview witnesses and they question suspects, but it pretty much amounts to the same thing, really. Okay, Monica. Search.
Search the area.
Very good. Search the area, of course. All right, for what are they searching for, Monica?
When the police are searching the area?
Yeah, what are they looking for?
They are looking for the place where the perpetrator commit the crime.
Maybe. Specifically, they're looking for clues or evidence. Okay, they're looking for things they can use in court to prove who did the crime. Clues. They're looking for clues. Yeah.
Okay, the area. When you talk about the area, is clues and all the evidence, not specific talking about the place.
Well, if somebody's murdered in their home, they're going to search the area. They're going to look for hairs, blood spots, weapons, DNA, yeah, any of that, fibers from his clothes, shoe prints or footprints, all of that. Right.
Okay.
So they're searching the area for clues usually. Okay. Heidi.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Launch an inquiry or a statement. Inquiry.
Inquiry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They launch or begin an investigation or an inquiry. An inquiry is more like fraud, or somebody committed a crime, broke some like bureaucratic laws or rules. I don't know. An inquiry is done much more of a bureaucratic process. They start to, I don't know. When business crimes happen, they usually say we launched an inquiry. If it's more violent crimes, it's usually they use an investigation. Monica, investigate.
Investigate a crime.
Certainly. Co-locates very well. All right. Of course, that's what police are paid to do, to investigate crimes. Okay, Heidi, take
statement.
Take statements. Take a statement. Take statements. Absolutely. What does that mean if they're taking statements?
Statement is some spokesman say something about the crime.
Yeah, the witnesses, for example. Yeah. Okay. And sometimes it's like it's official. They take statements from people. People say what they saw. All right, they're interviewing witnesses. Sometimes, in some cases, they will ask somebody to make an official sworn statement, and that's called a deposition. Basically, you sign it. It's signed by witnesses. It's recorded. This is a form of statement. That's called the deposition. So when somebody is deposed, it means they're taken usually to a courthouse or maybe just a lawyer's office, but you have to have official witnesses and lawyers there, and everything has to be signed and RAS certified. Okay, Monica?
Okay, gather evidence.
Yeah. So when they search the area, they gather evidence. Those two.
Okay.
All right, men, we need to search the area and gather evidence. Those two go together. Definitely. Okay. So, all right, let's investigate a crime. Put the following events into order in which they usually happen. The first one is correct. It is what? Okay, so the first one is correct. So, all right, detectives gather evidence at the scene of the crime, or the crime area, including fingerprints, DNA, and other forensic evidence. There's another strong collocation. Forensic evidence, physical evidence. Things that can be studied in a laboratory. They're physical pieces of evidence. Okay, that happens first. Heidi, then what happens
Mm-hmm.
in these next?
Next.
Yeah.
Taking a police car to the station. Suspect appeared in court. No. K. The suspect is taken in a police car to the police station where he is questioned.
Definitely. Okay. All right. They've got their suspect. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Maybe he's arrested first?
Yeah.
No. At first they are taken in a police station. Then he is questioned, and if he was doubtful, maybe the suspect is arrested. Before arresting I'm not sure the American case and the Japan. The Japanese case are not arrested because to arrest the people, they need to some permission to get some permission from the court.
Ah,
Ah,
no.
yeah.
There's two different words here, and arrested and charged. In a American court, actually, Monica's right. First, you're arrested. That means that's the point where they put the handcuffs on you.
Yeah, Japanese case, the police can't do that. If they police say or saw or some witness saw just that
Mhm.
scene as a crime, it's okay. But if only suspect, they can't arrest.
Ah, okay. So in the United States, you get arrested. They take you in for questioning. All right. And then, depending on what happens in the questioning, is the next step. Monica, what's the next step?
By police.
You're arrested, then you're questioned, then
Then the police suspects taking a police car, and then a person the suspect is kept in custody or released on bail. Not sure. I can remember Law and Order.
not yet. I was trying to remember your Law and Order program TV show. Yeah, okay.
The suspect
Okay.
appears in court.
Not yet. Not
No?
quite yet. Okay. This is what happens, all right? The suspect is arrested. Then he's questioned by the police. The police now have 24 hours to either officially charge him with a crime, and this is the part Heidi's talking about, where they have to contact the district attorney or the court. District attorneys are officers of the court. If the district attorney thinks there's enough evidence to press charges, then the suspect is charged. In America, you have 24 hours for the police and the district attorney to make up their mind. Do they want to officially charge him or not? But they can basically hold anyone for up to 24 hours. They hold you. After 24 hours, if they haven't decided to officially charge you, they have to let you go. Free. Just, there you go, open the cell and goodbye. See you later. So the next thing that has to happen is the suspect is charged, actually. All right, now he's officially charged. Now he stays in jail until the next step. Heidi, once he's charged, he's going to stay in jail until the next step, which this is also, there's a time limit. I think it's like 48 hours or something.
Before the suspect appears in the court, they need to keep in the custody or.
Yeah, that's true. He is kept in custody. That's exactly what I'm saying. Once he's charged, I believe there's 48 hours. It's not an option. You cannot be released on bail until the judge decides bail. So released on bail does not count until you go to the judge. So once you're charged, first of all, you can be kept in jail for 24 hours before you're charged. Once you're charged, then you can be kept in jail for 48 hours until the next step, which is the suspect appears in court.
The last one, the suspect appears in the court.
No, actually, that happens twice in American justice system.
Uh-huh.
Before the main court, you will be, again, I'm using the group chat, all right? You have to be arraigned.
It's different in Japan.
Yeah, probably. So you're charged, then you're arraigned, and the arraignment is very, very fast. The judge can do many people at once. It's not a whole court case. All you're doing is the judge will quickly look at your papers and see if there's enough reason to actually, he'll confirm that there's enough evidence to charge you or to bring it to trial. He'll look at all the paperwork. If it's not, the judge could dismiss your case in the arraignment. That happens frequently. So you can just walk out of the court and goodbye. If the judge says, okay, we have enough evidence to take this to court, what do you plead? In your arraignment, you'll plead guilty or not guilty. Then the judge will decide whether or not to allow bail and how much the bail is. How much money do you have to pay to guarantee your appearance at the real court hearing? If the suspect cannot pay the bail, he just stays in custody. He stays in jail. Or sometimes, if the judge thinks there's a risk of flight, that means the person's going to run away, he may say no bail. No bail is allowed. You have to stay in jail until your court case. This happens with extreme cases like murders and kidnapping and terrorism. They won't allow him out on bail. They won't allow him back into the public at all. But usually things like fraud or arson, they'll usually allow the person out on bail, normally. Okay, so that's it. And after that...
Because of lack of space in the jail.
Yeah, that's actually very true. Yes. Actually, that's extremely true. The judge makes he has to make a call, and that may be very much a factor if there's no space in the jail, or how much he thinks it's likely the person's going to try to run away or not. Okay. All right. Again, if you're in custody, that means you're kept in prison. Bail is the money you lose. You have to pay it, or somebody has to pay it for you, really. You lose if you fail to appear in court. Yeah. Okay, and also bail, there are bail bondsmen always located near the jail, near the prison, where they keep people in custody. A bail bondsman usually, I think, I'm not sure about this, I may have my facts wrong, but I think the deal is, for example, if you have $1,000 bail, you give the bail bondsman $100, and then he will pay the $1,000 bail. So really, when the judge says $1,000 bail, sure, you can come up with the money yourself, or you can make a deal with a bail bondsman. But yeah, I think you have to have somebody else sign it, not the criminal. Well, the criminal's in jail, so he couldn't. Somebody will pay $100 to get them to post your bail, and then if you go to court, the bail bondsman gets their $1,000 back, but they also get to keep the $100. So anyway, tricky ways of dealing with how to pay your bail. And if they lose the money, if the person never shows up at court, then the bail bondsman will try to get the $1,000 from the person who signed the contract. Okay. Serious crime verbs. Okay. Well, all right. I think we kind of covered this already. All right. Well, we're running out of time, so I'd like to actually move on to. No, we can do this. All right, let's see if we can use the verbs. We can move along. We can hustle along here. Okay, Heidi, go ahead and.
Firefighters were called to a pub in Croydon this morning. Police believe a man the building after an argument with the owner last week. A man set fire.
All right. Set fire to the
Set
building.
fire to the building. Oh, yeah. Set fire to the building.
Okay. Very good. All right. Monica?
Second, police believe that Jenkins hanged his victim at his home and then drove the body out to the forest, where it was found this morning.
Okay.
Police believe that Jenkins murdered.
Murdered. Thank you, and very good. Verb tense. Police believe that Jenkins murdered his victim and then drove the body out into the forest. Very good. Hello, Max. Welcome.
Hello everyone.
Hello. We're talking about murder and mayhem, violent crimes. Might as well jump right in. We're doing a fill-in-the-blank exercise. Max, if you please read sentence 3.
Okay, the boy was kidnapped as he played outside his house this afternoon. A man was seen forcing him into a car. He has not yet made contact with the boy's family.
Right.
Why?
Why? We don't know. It's scary. Okay, if he does make contact, Max, what is he going to ask for?
Probably money. I don't know.
Probably money. And what's that called? What's the word for that? Do you know?
Blackmail.
No, it's not exactly blackmail. Blackmail is when you know a secret about someone and you're going to tell it. It's ransom or ransom money. He'll ask for ransom. So ransom is the money that you pay to get somebody, a person back who was kidnapped. That's called ransom. Okay. Heidi, number 4.
Miss Davis is accused of trying to smuggle 100,000 pounds worth of heroin into the country.
That seems like a lot. Yeah, okay. Wow. I don't know how she was doing that. Okay, yeah, smuggle. Definitely, that's it. That's the word. Monica, number 5.
Two men blank a post office in Brighton this afternoon. They got away with 20,000 pounds. Men Robert?
Robbed.
Two men robbed.
Robbed a post office. Yeah, I find this very puzzling. I don't really get it. In America, a post office does not have that much money. They've a couple $100. They're selling stamps, 5 cents, 13 cents. Why would they have 20,000 pounds? Something going on at the post office in England. Yeah, well, post office. I've seen that several times. People rob post office in England and make away with all this money. I don't really get it. Why do they need all that money at a post office? I don't understand. Anyway, Max.
In Russia,
yeah,
the pensioner get his payment in post office maybe.
All right. Maybe but
in a convenience store.
Isn't that they're not giving them cash, though, are they? I mean, they're giving them by cash. Really, that's crazy. Well, stop that. That's loony. You give them a check. Okay. Anyway, Max, number 6.
A young woman was, On a train between London and Oxford last night, police think her attacker may be the same man they believe to be responsible for 3 other similar sexual assaults
Assaults. Mm-hmm.
assaults in recent weeks. Rape?
Oh,
What rape?
rape. Yeah, that's it. A young woman was raped on a train. Okay. Sexual assaults. Okay. Obviously, assaults of a sexual nature. You also have crimes like assault on a police officer, assault and battery, where somebody beats somebody else up with their fists. Assault with a deadly weapon. That's assaulting somebody with a knife, attacking somebody with a knife or a gun. So lots of crimes involving the word assault, lots of co-locations. Okay, Heidi, here's some co-locations, a little mix and match here.
The bomb was planted in planted in a little bin in the shopping mall.
That's it. A bomb is planted. That's the verb. You plant a bomb. That means you place it and set it. Yeah, to plant a bomb. That's right. Okay, Monica?
The plane was hijacked 30 minutes into the flight.
Okay, very good. All right, and Max?
The man was assaulted by a gang of youth as he left the nightclub.
Okay.
Assault. What does it mean? A gang?
Okay.
Like gun?
Assaulted. He was attacked by a gang. Gang. Nah.
Gang.
No G sound. Gang.
Gang.
It's the NG sound. A gang. Group.
Okay, I got it.
Gang definitely has negative
Gangster.
connotations. Gangster. Yes, exactly. One member of a gang is a gangster. Gangs has taken on increasingly more and more negative a meaning because gangs, for example, in America, are quite vicious and violent. Okay, someone attacks you, you're the victim of an assault. Assault, attack, same thing. All right. Very good. Or very bad. Murder. Okay, match the evidence the police found to what happened to the victim. Oh my goodness, a baseball bat, marks around the throat, something in his drink. Heidi?
Mm-hmm.
What is the weapon if the man is beaten to death?
Baseball bat.
No doubt. Okay, a blunt object. A blunt instrument is a. You'll see this in the cop movies. Okay.
Metal bat is better than wooden bat.
If you say so, Heidi. I don't know. I don't have any experience with this type of thing. But if you say so.
We have some kind of joke, something like in Russia every year. No, put it another way. 1,000 bats sold every year in Russia, but only 100 balls.
Okay. Okay. Right, I get it. All right, a lot more baseball bats sold than baseballs. Right. I understand. Okay, Monica, the victim had been poisoned. What is the evidence? Monica, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
With something in his drink.
All right.
Is there other way?
Is there other ways to poison people? Yes, there are. There's topical poisons. I can rub something on your skin. Yes, it is possible to poison somebody in another way. Or I can, obviously, I can inject you with something, give you a shot.
Yeah,
Sure.
but it has to seem as an accident. It's better with something in the drink.
Okay, thank you. Are you an expert, Monica? All right.
No. I see a lot of
I
movies.
bow to your expertise, Monica. Okay, if you say so.
You're welcome.
I'm only an amateur. What do I know? Max, you're drowned.
Drowned. Yeah, it would be or 6 or 4. Yeah, probably 6.
Probably 6. The body was in the swimming pool. Face down in the swimming pool. All right, Heidi, stabbed, of course.
Knife.
A knife. Shot, Monica.
With a gun.
Shot with a gun. And Max finally strangled. What's the evidence?
Marks around his throat.
Okay, strangled. You have a rope or tie or something around your neck. Okay, I hope I haven't given anyone any ideas today. Hopefully not. But thank you anyway. Thanks a lot for joining me, and see you guys next time on Verbling.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Thank you, Ugly. Bye-bye.